And with every update looking more amazing than the previous, the folks at Side Effects have recently teased Houdini 22. And this sneak peek introduces us to exciting new set of tools for both character animation, rigging, retargeting, grooming, world building, rendering, updates to Copernicus, which is their new 2D and 3D image processing framework introduced in Houdini 20.5 of VFX, and a lot more. And this sneak peek simply solidifies the idea that Houdini continues to lead the charter when it comes to proceduralism, tools, and engine updates, alongside technological advancement as a DCC tool. And one of the big updates with Houdini 22, which we'll be seeing, has to do with animatable Gaussian splat. So of course we've seen how Gaussian splat has taken center stage in terms of how you can bring the real world into the digital space via images or even videos. Gaussian splat is beginning to look more like the next frontier in terms of reality capturing and usability, and Houdini is taking front and center stage with Gaussian splat, as Houdini 22 not only lights Gaussian splat files or even Gaussian splat, but you also be able to simply procedurally rig and animate your Gaussian splat. Now this is something that is currently unheard of, but Houdini is taking the lead to bring this to creators. The last time we had anything that has to do with Gaussian splat not being just a file you can light was from the folks at Adobe during the last Adobe Max. They did tease that you can now, paint, mask, color, do all of that stuff, distort your Gaussian splat. But animating your Gaussian splat, and not just animating them, doing it procedurally, is something that is pretty interesting. You know what this means? This means that sooner than later, modeling or even sculpting several pieces may not be the case. Potentially, this is going to boycott in some cases a lot of things within a workflow. So instead of modeling, sculpting, a retopology, UVing, texturing, all of that before you prepare that for rigging and animation, you will be able to capture reality, especially something that is very true to life, and procedurally rig them inside of Houdini. This is going to boycott a lot of process, and if other DCC tools catch up with this, a good portion of workflow will possibly not be required in the coming future. Of course, time will tell, but this is a huge deal, and I think this will potentially be part of workflows to look out for. And by the way, with Houdini 22, you'll be able to render your Gaussian splat using Karma, which is Houdini's rendering engine. So for Gaussian splat, you'll be able to light, animate, and render. And for animation, KineFX, which is Houdini's framework for character rigging and animation, is receiving a range of new enhancements, and this includes IK limits and set-driven keys, which is expanding control and flexibility in character animation and rigging workflows. Motion Mixer, which was first introduced sometime in Houdini 21, which is really good for blending and managing existing animation clips, now has support for nested clips, and this would definitely enable more complex animation layering and sequencing, making it easier for you to merge multiple animations together to get something even more interesting. At the same time, we're also seeing some nice, cool additional animation and character effects, which is pretty much ready to use for bipedal characters, as you can now simply set up and retarget and also refine how ragdoll creation gets to work, character simulation, and a ton of cool enhancements to the already nice looking grooming workflow. And for Copernicus, which is an image processing and texturing tool, Ripple Solver with agency maps and time shift is also a cool feature that we'll be getting, and this will be really cool in terms of effect. We're also getting the Ocean Spectrum, which is also really nice for those who are into simulation. Wave, Knit, and Grunge pattern generation is also something that we're getting. A new UV shape update is also pretty nice for creating nice cool patterns. And I think a lot of game developers would definitely love this one. If you're into fashion and stuff, you'd also love working with this one. We're getting the Refract from Hive from Caustics, Star Glow is looking really cool as well. Neural Cellular Automata is also available. Alongside the neural stuff, we're getting the Neural Layer Depth, Unified Height Field, and Copernicus Workflow is also right there. And the Direct Channel Operator support inside Unreal Engine via the Houdini digital asset in Unreal Engine is also here. So this means that you can play with parameters, create assets with nice looking texture and channel parameters, and export these as Houdini digital assets to Unreal Engine. So for those who have no idea what Houdini digital assets are, we've already covered a few videos about that one. Links to this in the description. For effects, we're getting updates to Fireworks recipes, Magic Effects recipes, RBD material fracture improvement for metal, and a faster Voronoi fracturing. And if you're into modeling with Houdini, the quad remesh with the new rectangular method is right here, and it's producing even more interesting and suitable results. At the same time, we're also having curve animate, so you can now animate curves easily. For materials, the material X Flakes is here, which is pretty interesting when it comes to shading. For terrain, we're also getting some nice cool height field recipes and terrain workflow integration with Copernicus as well. So Copernicus, the Gaussian splat, and the character animation workflows are getting more and more updates. For world building, of course, we're getting a few things like the auto USD structure in subs, which is the surface operator, the streamline USD world building workflow, and a few other updates right here. And in terms of baking, we're also getting the bake pre-process. That is also a nice cool update, which we also have right here. And like we mentioned earlier, 2.2 seems to be stepping up with a new set of things. Now, unlike previous versions of, the Houdini sneak peek where we get a large set of things that just simply rolls out at the end of the day, we have little to nothing in this regard. Now, this doesn't mean that we'll not be getting more features or updates to this. It just simply means that they might be saving that for the announcement of Houdini 22. For those who would like to be part of the keynote and also the Hive talk, the folks at Houdini have actually made some announcement. This will be happening sometime on Wednesday, June the 17th, somewhere in London. So just in case you're around and possibly you want to attend, you can simply register for the keynote. And the folks at Houdini have also done something pretty interesting, which is the Houdini Artist Certification. So this is also something that I think is pretty amazing. This is going to get a lot of people signed up to getting jobs. So, if you're thinking about going through courses, learning about Houdini, possibly you like to become a certified Houdini artist, the folks at Side Effects are putting out this one together, and this is going to be a very interesting thing to have with your portfolio. And speaking about learning, the folks at Houdini have put together a learning library. We've already talked about this one before. So if you like to learn Houdini from start to finish, they do have a whole set of things that you can learn if you want to. If you like to learn things about, muscles, you want to go through the masterclass, you can actually go through the masterclass. You can download the project. This is also high quality stuff. The folks at VFX School also did put some things together. We covered this one before. These are also high quality Houdini courses. You should definitely check them out. So previously they did put a very tiny deadline, but a lot of people from the community did talk about it, and now they've increased it. So this is going to be rippling all the way down to March the 1st of 2027. So just in case you like to learn more about this, get all these free courses, become super good with Houdini, you can. And speaking about being super good with Houdini, if you don't have access to downloading all of these or possibly even getting the whole course, you would like to watch this off YouTube, someone has actually done something pretty nice by putting this together, the VFX School archive. So all 636 videos, they've put all of these from start to finish. So if you're thinking about learning Houdini, you can definitely come through and find this one out. And if you like to grab Houdini, you can simply come through and grab Houdini. So there is the Houdini Apprentice. You can get it totally for free and start getting comfortable working with Houdini. There's just a few things that you can necessarily do. Other than that, this is the full deal. So you can come through, grab Houdini, start learning, and do more. So this is it. Tell me what you guys think about this one in the comment section. We're not getting Houdini 21.5 this year. We're going all the way from Houdini 21 to Houdini 22. And of course, if you like this video or you learned something from this, you can give it a like and don't forget to share with a friend. And until I see you guys in the next one, peace.